Thank you, Chairwoman Eshoo. And let me just say, before I talk about the AINS, I want to thank Mr. Shimkus for, all he's done working with us. We will get there. I like your analogy with TSCA, which we worked on for so long, and we finally did get there. Preemption, I know, is a major issue that we have to deal with before we get to full committee. And I also wanted to say to Mr. Guthrie, we continue to be working on the over-the-counter. There are some provisions in the bill today with regard to state compliance and standards for over-the-counter, but we'll continue to work with you as well, and I think we can get there before we get to full committee. Let me say it's been a long road to get to the point where we are today, but I am pleased that over 80 years since the passage of the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, the Congress is acting to modernize the regulatory framework for cosmetics. The cosmetics marketplace has changed dramatically since FDA was first granted authority to oversee these products. Today, this is an $80 billion industry whose products are used every day by American families. Yet these products have not been subject to any type of review prior to coming to market. Instead, we rely on manufacturers to undertake the necessary studies to demonstrate safety and ensure that they're appropriate for the uses and populations that they say they are. And the public doesn't realize this. The public thinks that the FDA regulates cosmetics the way they do drugs or medical devices, and it's simply not the case. The limitations of FDA's authorities have hamstrung their ability to respond in the face of risks or harms to consumers. There have been public instances of shampoo causing women and girls' hair to fall out, hair treatments found to release formaldehyde, or girls' makeup being contaminated with asbestos, just to use a few examples. And in these instances, FDA has had to ask the manufacturers to act and hope that they complied, and in one instance only discovered records of thousands of complaints when the agency went to inspect. H.R. 5279 sets out to change this by providing FDA with key basic regulatory authorities similar to what the agency has done for other products it regulates, and that is requires manufacturers to notify the agency about adverse events, compels manufacturers to register information about the facilities they operate and the products they market and sell, ensures any adverse events associated with cosmetic products are sent to FDA within 15 days, gives FDA basically recall authority to review the safety of cosmetic ingredients and remove products from the market if they're found to be causing harm to consumers, and providing FDA with stable funding, user fees, to conduct all this new and important work. And we had a hearing on this legislation in December, and since then we've been working to revise the bill to reflect the feedback and concerns we've heard from stakeholders and to incorporate technical assistance from the FDA. The AINS now makes a number of changes in response, including requiring the disclosure of fragrance allergens on cosmetic products, providing clear timetables for FDA's ingredient review process, building in the opportunity for FDA to meet with manufacturers to support the development of data and information to demonstrate the safety of their products, clarifying the requirements for registration, streamlining the foreign supplier verification program, and providing additional guidance to small businesses. Now, we've been actively working, as you've said, with our Republican colleagues, industry, and the FDA, and I think we have made progress, but I know we still have work to do. And I'm committed to working with my colleagues as we move forward to full committee to address their concerns, and I hope they'll also work with me to build an ingredient review framework that identifies a strong, clear, and proven safety standard that would warrant the inclusion of preemption in the legislation. And I look forward to working with all of you between now and full committee to ensure we're providing FDA with the authority it needs to give consumers confidence that the cosmetics and personal care products they use today are safe for their use. And with that, I'd urge my colleagues to support the bill and yield back, Madam Chair.